And finally tonight, last night of this program, I spoke about the president's call for shared sacrifice in the GOP's ongoing war on the middle class. Bill O'Reilly, on the other hand, whined about his taxes, and here's what else was on his mind.
As you may know, the daughter of Sonny and Cher, Chastity Bono, has undergone a sex change, is now a man, Chaz Bono.
Good to know that O'Reilly is really focused on the kitchen table issues of the country.
And Mr. Bono is getting all kinds of publicity, even appearing on a dance program.
The program that O'Reilly is talking about is Dancing with the Stars, and the publicity that O'Reilly is referring to seems to be coming from one source in particular, Fox News. Fox, go-to medical expert Dr. Keith Abloh believes that Chaz performing the cha-cha on national TV is harmful to your kids. Abloh, a psychiatrist and a member of Fox News' medical A-team, has gone on several Fox News programs and written online columns advising parents not to allow their children to watch the show because Bono's gender identity will confuse them. But Abloh is not basing his hysteria in medical fact. The American Psychiatry Association states, quote, "There is no evidence that viewing a television game show with a transgender contestant would induce gender identity disorder in young people." Well, Abloh quit the American Psychiatric Association and last night peddled his same old panic button on Fox again.
Well, Mr. Bono is doing more than dancing. He's on a campaign to mainstream transgenderism. We wouldn't invite people with anorexia to go on fashion shows and talk about how wonderful they feel now that they're thinner and how they want more liposuction. This is an exact parallel.
Joining me now is Mike Rogers, managing editor, managing director of rawstory.com. Mike, good to have you with us tonight. You want to answer to this Abloh saying that parents should keep their kids away from the TV when Chaz Bono is on the air. What do you make of it?
You know, I'm amazed at the influence these guys always seem to give television, some of this nonsensical stuff that, you know, watching Will and Grace will make your kid gay, watching Dancing with the Stars will now make your kid transgender. You know, these guys are grasping at straws. They saw today the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell take effect, and now that open gays can serve in the military, they have to swing their cannons, I guess, now toward reality game shows of all things. So it's just kind of silly.
Why are they doing it? You know, Mike, why are they going down this road? I mean, do they think this is just some big ratings thing, or do they actually believe this? What do you think?
Well, I think that, you know, unfortunately for many of these guys, they actually do believe it. They wake up in the morning, the things they obsess about, whether it's, you know, keeping gay people from doing certain jobs or keeping them out of the military or trying to keep people like Chaz Bono off of television shows. It's kind of a sad statement on their lives that that's what they think is the most important. That's their calling in the morning when they wake up. I do believe in a lot of these cases, these guys actually believe the insanity that they spew, which, of course, in the end creates real harm for all lesbian, gay, bi, and trans Americans.
Do you think it leads to gay bashing? Do you think it leads to hate speech?
I think these guys definitely do contribute it. Even they'll make fun of it, or they'll say things are seriously wrong, or that people shouldn't be doing things, and they basically want to strip their right to full participation in society. So it kind of validates the feelings of some of the people who do more of the attacking, some of the violent attacks. It gives them basically the kind of leeway or their permission to say, well, I'm not the only one. There's these guys on TV, in fact, who claim to be, you know, full-fledged legitimate psychiatrists when, in fact, they're spewing, you know, rhetoric from 30 years ago. And I do think that it contributes to that. Nothing happens in a vacuum.
So I have to ask you, who's more dangerous, Chaz Bono or Nancy Grace?
Well, you know, that's a hell of a combination to ask me about, Ed. I think, you know, it depends. You know, some things you're faced with a choice, and it's one of those things that, you know, I don't know. It's hard to determine.
Mike Rogers, always a pleasure. Good to have you with us tonight. Thanks so much.